The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real. Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming to Shay's Paranormal Chat, the premiere episode on Paranormal Buzz Radio. We have Ghost Crier in the freaking house, guys. Can you believe it? Yeah, you guys can't hear him, but he's howling. We have Miss Kelly and we have Aaron from Ghost Crier, and I'm going to unmute them because his howls are just too great to ignore. So, here we go. So, how you guys doing tonight?
Hello, we're good. How are you guys?
We are living the dream.
We are living in a thunderstorm right at the moment, so.
Oh, are you guys?
Yeah.
True.
I think I'm going to move to Iowa next year.
Ooh, exciting.
We've got a lot of corn. Yeah. We have discussed that we have all the haunted locations here, though, so you'd have a blast.
This is true.
That is the truth. You guys have awesome, and you guys don't charge $3,000 a night like here.
It's $2,000.
Bargain price.
Yes.
Bargain price.
Discounted.
So the first question I always ask all guests are, for you guys, because some of you crew members aren't here, why don't you tell us when you started, a little bit about yourselves, and give a shout out for the team members that are not with us tonight.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for having us on. I think we're excited. Well, I know we're excited to be here.
I think we're.
He's not sure yet. He's like, this is shit.
Lack of sleep. That's what it is. Words don't happen to follow suit sometimes. Hey, guys, my name's Aaron G. Thompson, Ghost Crier at ghostcrier.com. Kelly is awesome. She's here with me as well. Say hi, Kelly.
Hello, I'm Kelly.
You're supposed to say hi, Kelly.
Oh, sorry. I failed.
That's all right.
I don't have the dad puns down yet.
I like a boss. Hey, we had a quick shout out to Nick Simons. He's probably listening, going to harass us here soon. That's his favorite pastime.
This is true.
We have Zach, of course, our team photographer, who's back from his honeymoon, rocking it like a hurricane. Good to see him back. We're going to try getting his camera moving in the right direction this month. We're so busy. Travis, our historian, is just rocking out some work for a recent TV show that's going to be premiering. We're super stoked. Breaking Frequencies on Vidi.space, premiering on the 19th of October. Yeah. Gosh, it's going to blow your guys' minds. It's just cool how everything comes together. And I think I feel the name's perfect fit. I mean, that's what we're doing right now. We're just going where I don't know, groups don't tend to do it on TV. And I know we had a little bit of YouTube, training of presentation prior. But I think some of that transitions over nicely. Of course, Lindsay. Yes, Lindsay. She's our vegan chef. Additional talent at some point. Just had a baby, but she joined us October. She'll be busy with us doing a few things.
And last but certainly not least is Jared.
Our art director, camera operator, whatever you want to Call him, just don't call him late for dinner.
That's true.
That's the worst dad pun. That's shameful.
We're only 5 minutes in. They're going to get worse and more frequent as we go. Just warning you guys.
Lack of sleep still, people.
I don't even know what sleep is, so I totally feel
I
you.
get so much of it, so I'll tell you all about it.
Right. Yeah, we're rolling in our sleep in here. Yep.
Keep rolling.
So yeah, there's the 4 of us that you typically see on the shows. You know, Aaron, myself, Nick, and Jared on occasion will come out from behind the camera, but then there's the other 3 team members that help out in the background as well. So
I only saw him on that one, and it was the card one.
Jared
Jared at the bar.
Yeah, he hides behind the camera most of the time because if you have the camera to the other of us, it gets bouncy and we stray off course and
there's
all
a
that
reason.
fun stuff. So
there's a reason.
Yeah. He fell asleep one night when we were doing an investigation and he was filming. He is sound asleep, perfectly in focus. It was amazing.
Better than any of us could do a wide awake.
Right? I can't hold it that still when I'm awake. So, yeah, he's perfect for the job. Perfect.
So, this is kind of interesting because we have the psychic medium and the scientific, or the more scientific one out of the group. Yep. How do you guys manage to work together? And is there any, I don't want to say issues, but how do you collaborate?
Plenty of issues. She's so sensitive. Guys.
Aaron is a damn issue on his own.
I know, right? I got so many tissues. That's my DJ name. True story. DJ Tissue, that's what they called me. That's not a
seriously?
Yeah, that's totally a thing.
Oh my
I used to DJ years back, and it wasn't like anything crazy awesome. It was just super awesome. But one kid who came up to my booth and goes, "Do you got a DJ name?" And I was playing the music too loud, and I go, "What?" He goes, "Tissue," and I go, "Sure." Born DJ Tissue. This guy blows, yeah.
Actually, we work really well together, and I think it is because he's so scientific and because I'm the metaphysical side of things. We kind of keep each other in check, and yet we can look at things in entirely different ways. So he'll, I will feel things, but I'll forget sometimes to ask the questions of, is there scientific reason? Is there something that we need to rule out? Where he'll be trying desperately to rule things out, and sometimes I have to remind him that there's not anything to rule out.
Yeah, we go through the ticks, but the fascinating thing is that we do match up a lot more often than
absolutely.
not. I think starting off, we had a lot more, Aaron, what else could it be? Coincidence. Oh,
I hate that word.
Yeah, don't worry, I don't use it anymore. I use it as a curse word and as a joke at this point.
Right.
I'm on board, and I think I used it as a filler word prior, so there's part of me that always kind of, but it's easy for a scientific mind to go coincidence, because then it's like the opt-out. It's your default.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Nick then falls kind of like right in the middle of us. He's not completely scientific, but he's also not completely feeler. I mean, he's going to definitely try to debunk things, and so do I. I mean, if something happens, I'm going to try to make sure there's not a reason first. But he won't say that his feelers are completely broken like Aaron does, but
sure.
He's pretty scientific.
I just scream ghost in our room. Ah, the wind blows. Ghost. Something scratched me.
For the record, I did tell Kelly, I'll be on my best behavior for you. And she's like, why? That's fucking
That's so boring.
I added the fuck. She didn't. She did not say fuck. I did. She did say boring, but...
It would blow his little mind if he knew I swore, because he never hears me swear, like, ever.
I assume we're in trouble.
I added the F
like
word.
Carrie. Everything just shakes.
I love
Then we
found I have no idea what Jen's talking about in the chat.
I am not watching her right now, so I'll have to go look. Probably something she should talk about, because that would be Jen.
Mm-hmm. Jen gets me into trouble.
Yes.
So doesn't Kelly. Every time Kelly and I get on together, we get in trouble.
No, we don't. We have fun, and we talk about lots of variety of things.
Last time we were on air together, we talked about how we accidentally almost got our children drunk.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Well, there's police, on the way to both places now, guys. Thanks a lot.
It was a long
It
time
was
ago. You can't remember
accidental,
anything.
and it was a long time ago, and it was pretty much other people's fault, not ours. So
I was feeding my kid fruit.
Citizens
It was completely
arrest,
innocent.
guys.
I was letting them eat fruit and super excited that they were eating a lot of fruit.
So
And
psychic, you guys both dropped the ball.
yeah, well, I was not there. We're just going to say I wasn't there.
But you were there, right? See,
I was there, yeah.
I wasn't. I just said to my babysitter, "Don't feed my children this," and they misunderstood and fed my children that, and it was marinating for like 3 days in Malibu rum.
Yeah, see, and I don't remember if it was a barbecue or a graduation or what it was, but I just had people over to the house and they were bringing food and it got set out on the counter and I just assumed my kids were eating fruit and how happy was I?
Yeah,
right,
they were happy too.
They were very happy.
At
It was
first, and then they got
believe it was tequila that it had been soaking in.
No, that little spirit.
It's fine.
That's
They're Mexican.
why they were
They're a
so
little
happy.
Mexican. They have to have a certain blood alcohol content. It's all good.
Oh,
Tequila makes anybody happy.
Glenn and Stephanie say hola.
Yes, I think Ghost Crier is simulcasting on Facebook.
This is true, guys.
We are.
The main
Not my
chat
face.
box,
Is my
though,
face
is
there? Because
link.
what people?
We are people.
Yeah. Anywho, sorry. I will focus, Shay. I'm sorry. I'm totally focused on
Why?
you.
Ask me
I
all the
don't
questions I got.
focus. That's what people like. What is the topic for the show? I have no idea until like 20 minutes in. Then I'll pick a subject.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we wanted to get on. I know when I reached out to you and said we wanted to get in October, it's because we've got our new show that's starting on the 19th.
Yes.
So we have our official airing date now for our first episode of Breaking
October
Frequencies.
19th, right?
October 19th.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we know a time, do we?
Yeah, it's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time,
We should
which
pay
is
attention to
7:30 Central. So that's a thing.
Yeah, we should pay attention to that.
Yeah. Well,
But we're excited. You know, we've been sharing our one shots that we've been doing. That the one shots, if anybody's been out to Vidi.space and watched them so far, you get to see everything. We turn the camera on, we start recording. What happens is what you get, all the good, the bad, the ugly. But these that are coming out on October 19th are actually the edited version. So it's going to be more what you guys are used to seeing on TV. And so it's a full night of investigation, multiple cameras, multiple recorders going, and then Aaron does his little magic thingy to put it all together too.
it's that full feature investigation, I think.
Yeah.
You know, you get the psychic walkthrough, which is actually fairly new from our style. So that's fascinating to see that match up with the historical dialogue. And mind you, Travis, I mean, he's not just some dude that likes history. I'm some dude that likes history. He does. But he teaches. He has his master's in history. He teaches history.
Cool.
My dad joked to him is like, don't live in the past. You know, like that was used too much, like right away. I got mad at myself for that one. But he with his dialogue and her presentation on screen, it's kind of cool to see how that matches up. And even I'm confident Nick and I only pulled those conversations. We're gonna get them, and they're good, and they do not disappoint even in this show. But it's neat to see the dialogue that's in conjunction to the walkthrough that's associated, you know, with that historical backing.
How much support do you have for that? Because they're not hearing Shay very well on the Facebook Live.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don't mind.
Yeah.
We're readjusting.
hopefully we don't get feedback.
Usually people are telling me to shut up, not that they can't hear me.
No, they're here. I think you're probably fine through speaker, but for the Facebook Live, it was not. They weren't hearing you very well.
See,
So it's all good.
well,
You're good.
he
You're
adjusts
perfect,
things.
Shay. Perfect.
Yeah, that's. Thank you. I love you, Kelly.
That's all right. So, you know, we're winging it here.
I love you guys because number one, I have to say
She has to make up. She's got to make something up real
Where's
quick.
my cue card?
no. I don't know how to say it. I don't
do.
know how to say it. Like I already said, you guys are the only ones I've watched on Vidi.space so far because I just signed in yesterday. But our investigation styles are so similar because, and I don't know about you guys, but I've got bashed. Like, you don't take anything seriously.
Oh, we get bashed all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Fucking, lick me. I don't care. This is how we are. We've gotten some of our best stuff just being us. And, how would you feel if you had a microphone in your face all the time saying, say this, do that?
Right.
So, yeah, we act silly and we do stuff. But you guys are so down to earth and so real that it's refreshing. It really, really is.
Thank you. It means a lot. We're comfortable with that, and we've been doing it a long while. So, it makes sense, and it pulls out the best evidence.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, and we've talked about that before, that, just kind of like you were saying, when I pass away and I'm wherever I'm going to be when all's said and done, I don't want somebody coming up, getting in my face, are you there? Just talk to me.
By the way,
you're
the
going to
stupidest question I want to add, because if you ask a room full of spirits, is anybody in here? Are they going to answer? Are they going to be like,
Nope.
oh, I'm here.
No,
Oh,
I'm not.
excuse me. Or are you going to always go, there's no spirits in these? We are at 100% rate with our spirit communication. Every place we jump into, we get something, because spiritual energy is everywhere. Spoiler alert. So it's not about, are you here? It's, I know you're here. What's your name?
Well, and like we've talked about before, they're going to be drawn into where people are, too, where that energy's at. And
Exactly.
And you guys say, hi, I'm Aaron, I'm Kelly, this is Nick, and we do that, too. And I'm always like, hi, nice to meet you. How are you today? Is there anything what can you tell me about yourself? And I try, and I'm not perfect. I screw up a lot, but I try to talk to them like they're people, because they were people. And
yeah, I mean, they're still living in a different version, maybe a more escalated version than we are. Lucky ducks,
right?
Wouldn't
it be fun to be able to just walk through a wall if you needed to go someplace? Or we want to go downstairs, so we just sink through the floor. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I don't think you could do that with your.
But I'm going to be conscious enough to know that I can.
I was wondering that too.
At least I assume that I'm still going to remember.
Probably jump into the vortex and swing around. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be fun. Day one's going to be a hoot. She thinks I'm cute, right? So I had this one when I was doing an edit this morning, and it was kind of funny because we do ask questions. Why not? To the unseen, and we had one of our special guests. We positioned. Nick goes, "Hey, do you want to ask them a question?" And it's kind of weird to just ask a random question. They're like, "I don't. How old is the oldest spirit in here?" Which whatever. That's a pretty decent question. A clear response said like 93. And then another response came back that said like 193. So maybe they correct themselves. Anyhow, it was funny because after that, there was a clear response that said, "Can you please ask another question?" Like, wow. Don't ask
I'm
a lady
tired
her
of
age.
this question. Ask me something different.
Please.
Yeah.
Come on. What's your favorite pizza?
We have asked that. What's your favorite pizza? We've asked weird questions.
You should, though, because you never know what you're going to get. And if you have the same questions being asked over and over and over.
Well, and we'll
answer. I'd be like,
yeah,
I'm going to come over to the spirit box saying, "Fuck you, douchebag. Leave me alone."
Tasha.
Well, and we go through, I mean, that's kind of sometimes the approach that we take. I mean, one of the locations that we have one of our shows is going to be on has a pretty dark history. And everybody probably goes in there and focuses on that dark history and the events that happen there. And
that's cool.
That's going to be the questions that they always get is about, their deaths and blah, blah, blah,
It's easy to go to that,
Yeah, but we're in there kind of trying to focus on the upside of things, how was life positive and stuff. And at one point he asked for something kind of nice and friendly, and I don't know how much I'm supposed to share.
Spoiler alert, guys. Put your...
I'm trying to...
No more.
I'm trying to look at him and see how much here am I supposed to be sharing, but
it's really cool though.
He had a really cool experience that is something that they probably have never been asked before, but it was positive. It wasn't focusing on the bad things that happened there. So I mean, it was a really cool experience, especially for the broken feeler guy.
Yeah, we had it was interesting, and it was validated too with the communication that we roll. So yeah, it was cool. And I just wanted, going in with the team, I just wanted to do a twist and show love instead of the opposite, because honestly, we work better as a unit with that love excelled. We get dark stuff happens, and we're going to be in dark areas, and we're going to have dark reactions to the historical aspect. Some more physical dark reactions. But that's the life of an investigator here, guys. We're going to do the best we can to support each other, protect, and just show love. That's all we can do, even in the darkest of dungeons.
Isn't that a Coyote Chris thing? Light to the darkest of places. We're totally stealing from Chris here.
Is it coined? Yeah, we'll legal it.
It's ours now.
Chris.
Yeah,
Chris won't mind.
We'll send the documentation later. Be like, sorry, can't use it again.
We love you, Chris.
Yeah.
I do. I love Chris. Chris will be on in November. November 9th, I believe.
He'll be fun.
He's fascinating.
I've interviewed him a couple times. I love him.
He is so much fun.
He is.
So much, yeah.
He's a good guy, too.
Yes.
He's real,
yeah, he really is. Just genuinely.
He's a good guy.
He is genuinely a good guy.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Jen's still talking about X-Men.
Oh.
And Jen's a nerd. We love Jen.
X-Men, yeah. Are we X-Men?
She's a nerd.
Well, if I start walking through walls, I think I get to be an X-Men.
Can I act like I'm Wolverine? I mean, I have no abilities other than I rage.
I'll behave.
That's your special ability is rage?
No, it's actually flight, but I have to go pee really, really bad. My blood has to be like peak full.
Or he stumbles at the top of the stairs or something good like that.
So it's really like, pros, cons. It's like, I can fly to her, but let me drink this water and get really uncomfortable. So,
This is way more than they needed to know.
Bittersweet.
No, that's what I like doing.
Exactly.
I like, we give out secrets every time. All my secrets are most out, though, because I've done so many shows now. Every show I tell a secret.
Secrets are fun.
Secrets.
Until they're in the wrong hands.
This is a true story.
Oh, by the way, spirits know all your secrets. I asked the question, what's my social security number in front of a group? I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I mean, I was confident it was going to work anyways. But yeah, they started giving my social security number out. I'm like, let's stop this. And the funny thing is, I didn't repeat it. The guests looked at me and they started repeating. I'm like, okay, we're turning the box off. This is a little too close to home.
Wow.
Coming up in next week's episode, Aaron's bankrupt.
Aaron's private information. Pull open a spirit box. Oh my god!
Right? I wonder if it would give it to me while you're not there.
New age.
I'm
age
so
feeding.
trying this now.
Oh my god, this is the worst. What have we opened up? Pandora's box, literally.
Yeah, literally.
We can make a Pandora's box dedicated to just getting people's secrets.
Yep. You're gonna go to jail, guys.
Well, they don't know. They don't believe in ghosts.
True.
Well, I guess if we get physical stuff, that doesn't matter at that point. Never mind. Okay, we'll stick with ghost hunting. Safer.
This is why they don't let us out of the ghost hunting realm, because we just spiral off on crazy things.
Exactly. UFOs, they don't want us there.
No.
E.T. don't want to phone this home.
Have you guys ever investigated cryptids or E.T. or,
Funny story, I planned on it when I started doing this. Back in '99, my goal was to figure out this ghost thing in a couple of years because it's easy, and then
who's going to have it all nailed down by then,
and then work my way to Bigfoot and UFO for last. I honestly thought that was going to be the easiest thing. Yeah, that's what it was. I thought UFO was going to be the easiest, so it might take a month. Still on ghosts, so 19 years later.
Yeah, because everybody thinks, ghosts is, but I have to go back to your, UFOs. How do you investigate UFOs? I mean, that itself is hard. So
look in the sky. Your neck starts. I don't know. Actually, funny. Hold on. I do know, kind of. I believe, and this is the only reason because I was, Spirit Communication ITC. There is something similar, I guess. I haven't looked too deep into it, but it's like a spirit box. But instead of catching spirits, their perception is that they're UFOs communicating in English and whatnot. And I haven't dug too far down that rabbit hole.
No, we need to focus on what we're focusing on.
I'm too deep in my own rabbit hole.
We will get to that in our spare time.
I don't know. We'll let someone else.
Right?
Those box aliens.
Yeah, no.
I can't stand people. People say to me, if you don't investigate all three, you're not a real paranormal investigator. I'm like, first of all, let me get through this ghost aspect first, and then maybe I'll move on. But taking
Wouldn't
on
you
all
think
three.
if you're investigating all three, you're less committed to what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
I mean, we're
If you
so
can do it,
focused.
great,
focused.
but I can't. I just, you know.
For a long time, I didn't like call myself a paranormal investigator. Now, I mean, tomato, tomato. But paranormal investigator, to me, did kind of do the whole Bigfoot, you know, cryptozoology, UFOlogy, all that fun stuff. And I was literally afterlife research. But that's not as trendy and cool. So I stuck with Ghost Hunter because,
See, I'm the opposite.
more focused. You're opposite of what?
Yeah, my intro you couldn't hear because you guys were muted. I don't remember which one this intro I used tonight says, but it either says hashtag investigator, not hunter, or hashtag data, not evidence. But somebody introduced me. We did a insane asylum not even 2 weeks ago, and like, oh yeah, we're ghost hunters. I'm like, fucking speak for yourself. No, I'm not.
See, and we've talked about that quite a few times. Is, you know, what do we call ourselves? Because ghost
Tomato,
hunters
tomato.
really isn't,
Well,
you know, but
people-
Now
people
it's
get
just
offended.
slang. I take
Yeah.
it slang. You know, at
The
first
reason-
I was like really uptight, but now I know it's just slang to some people.
And the reason why we throw it around is because it's marketable.
yeah.
At the end of the day,
And people know what it is.
Yeah, who can recognize
Yeah.
with a ghost hunter over a ghostbuster over, you know, paranormal investigator? You know, explain more of that, what that is. And I always tell people tomato, tomato. You know, it's afterlife research, right? That's what I keep going back to. At some point, I'm just going to go full on, and that's what I'll be called. I'll be called an AF. Or wait, afterlife AR. Gosh. Call me an AF, too, I guess.
Well, if you ask, you know.
Well then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Go to Ghost Hunt like it's 1999, Amy.
Oh.
You're not supposed to do that on the
That was
air.
a
Everybody
demon.
You guys
knows
can
you laugh
see
funny.
me. Can you guys see me dying? Like,
We can see you from
see
about
you
here
living.
up.
I'm like curled over dying half the time when I'm not talking because you guys make me laugh so much. In a good way.
It gives you abs. We should do an ab workout video.
Oh, I would do anything for abs.
Well, then watch our videos again.
I will.
And then report back to us how your
report
progress is
every
going.
6 minutes. Do sections or something.
I'll remember October 19th, though.
Please, I think you really will enjoy it. I got a lot of energy going towards a lot of work on site.
The first time Kelly and I talked, I'm like, oh yeah, I like Ghost Crier. She's like, I'm part of them. Well, actually, it wasn't even the first time, but the first time I ever mentioned your name, I think it was. I'm like, oh yeah, Ghost Crier is pretty cool. She's like, I'm part of their team. I'm like, oh shit.
It's okay. You can brag about him. I kind of like him too.
yeah, but I was like, oh really?
Tell me more about that Aaron character.
And then I filled her in, and the whole illusion's broken. Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hakuna
I saw
Matata.
you
We sing
guys on
Christmas.
an interview before I even knew who you were. It was you and Nick. It was you and Nick, Aaron and Nick. And you guys had me laughing so hard, I almost peed myself, and I'm not even kidding. And then I'm like, then you brought your newborn baby on, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
You saw that one? Oh, that was about
Yeah.
It was
Someone
on
in the chat
YouTube.
room
I don't
that day was
remember
like-
whose it was, but it was you were like
It's
babysitting.
Aaron.
It was
I
mine.
shouldn't say babysitting, but you had the baby. I'm like, oh.
You almost joined us today.
You're
but
not supposed to sit on her. Come on.
Well, no, I had to today. She made too much noise. Just a little, you know. But someone in the chat was like, "Do you hear that baby cry?" Like
I heard a baby.
It was like, "There's no demons, guys. No.
No, it's a real
disembodied
baby.
voice." Yeah. Speaking of D word, that's not a word I use like seriously. Seriously, I know
Yeah.
people are assholes, and when they die, they can become an asshole still as their continued state. So,
The more
I'm not
I
worried
do this,
about.
the more I hear
who they
that,
get
and that's
put to the
always
hell.
been my saying. I like that. Like, if you're
We
an
put the
asshole in
D
life, you will be an
demons.
asshole in death. You know?
Yeah, we say that a lot. Yeah, we
It's
say
not,
that a lot.
Yeah, demons are rare. Some people don't think
I don't believe they exist, I'll be honest with you. However, that's my scientific mindset, but I'd be the lamb if I run into one. And by lore, demons are so high up there that they would not mess with piddly little humans. And if they do, they'll just manipulate. They won't harass or scar. Scarification is not the thing. They got minions. Have you seen the Minions cartoon?
I've seen the Minions, the
Yeah,
little yellow minion. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't see any demons in those shows.
I
You
didn't
watched
see the
different
movie,
shows.
but I saw the trailer.
The Thriller?
The trailer.
Trailer. My Mass accent, sorry. Trailer.
Every once in a while, her Eastern accent comes out. She's a good time.
Hey, that's
I
exciting.
can't even say my first and last name together.
Go ahead. It's a good time.
Give it a shot. I'm excited.
No, it's not.
Oh.
People laugh at me.
Jen, you have to tell us what word she has to say to get that accent to come out.
I'll match
Ferrar.
your accent. If you start getting the accent rolling, I'll match it.
She likes when I say Ferrar.
Yeah, that one's one of them.
Are we going Boston? Like Ferrar?
Yeah. I'm
retarded?
not too far. I was born in Malden, which is not far from Boston.
All right.
Yeah, I can park my car in the garage.
Yeah, find a car.
Find the car. All right, I'm going to get the car keys.
All right, that's all I got. I can just repeat that, sadly.
Yeah, last week.
Yes, Rosa.
Last week, we all got drunk on the show.
Love.
Every time
That's what I
Shay
heard.
had an accent, everybody had to drink. So everybody was drunk by the end of the show.
So we just have to say things that make her use her R, and we'll get the accent to come out.
That's why I've been telling people we need to make a show, a talk show, an event, something called Spirits and Booze.
Right? Yeah.
I'd be right there with you. I'm so fun drunk. Can't you tell? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, absolutely. You are a hoot.
I can't say R's. That is correct. I have 2 R's in my first name and 2 R's in my last name, so I have trouble saying them.
You should roll them together.
Like Spanish, like.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Welcome, everyone.
That's me playing with my bottle lid. Sorry, Jen. I'll stop here. Matt, take that. Yeah, I keep them. So, all right. Here's another serious question. I have a few serious questions that I wanted to ask. I like to have fun on the show, but I do like a few. How do you guys...
We'll tolerate one.
I'll go high level.
You got to tolerate... Well, this is a second, so you got to say 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Do we do the first one?
Maybe up to 3. Why did I miss the first one?
Oh, crap. Repeat.
Oops. Hope we gave a good answer.
Hi there from Ghost Crier. My voice squeaked.
Your voice squeaks every time you say Ghost Crier in a video or YouTube or anything. It's like,
and it's
Ghost
puberty.
Crier.
Changing, guys.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. How do you guys handle doing all the traveling and the investigations and stuff you do? Because you both have at least one kid. So how do you handle your personal life with everything on top of, your family life with investigating and the paranormal and...
It's not... This is a weird one because it's not easy, but it's not hard. If that makes sense. There's moments on both aspects, at least for me, and I was just speaking on behalf of myself. I'm so passionate with this road, and the light's there. The light's at the end of the tunnel here. It really is. I feel like I've broken some ground, and with the team, I've been able to excel the discoveries and the learning phases with a lot of things that other groups haven't even came in contact with, or people, period, haven't even had the pleasure of coming to that creative outlook. So the team allows us to do that. That excites me. And then the travel, getting up early, the grind, it's exciting. It's work, but it's fun work. And I like it. I'm definitely tailored for this. This is what I like doing. But on the other end,
meant to do.
Well, on the other end, I do have a newborn baby growing up. She's 8 months, and it gets tough. But again, the end game drives everything. I know a year from now we're gonna be in a better position than we are right now, and that excites me.
Do you think it was easier because you've been on this road for so long and then had a baby? Because for me, I had all the babies and then took this road.
I would almost say it would have been easier before the baby, honestly, because I'd been, since 99, doing the thing since 99. And recently, 2015, I took out a sheet of paper, pros and cons. I knocked it out and really just wanted to tailor my skill set to the best outlet via school, like college, go higher education, or go lateral or promote within my own company, which I enjoy. My current 9 to 5, I like it. Great company, but I want to see where I need to go. What fits me. And when I looked at that paper, pros and cons, I'm like, damn it, I trained myself wrong as an adult. All I can do is be a ghost hunter.
And I think that's a lot of it is just we know what it is that we want to do. We know what our end game is, and it's kind of it's absolutely a commitment. But this is our purpose. This is what we were born for, and it's kind of
It's your calling.
We know what we may have to sacrifice to make everything happen, and we are doing our best to balance everything out. But this is our goal. This is our dream. This is what we've been working for not necessarily together for the last 20 years, but for the last 2 years or going on.
So you guys have been a team for 2 years?
What was that?
You guys have been a team for 2 years? Officially?
Nick and I, we got together first back in 2010 and started a nonprofit organization, actually. And, I met him in 2009, and we built up and we launched early 2010. But relaunching and rebranding a little bit, we always stayed a very small team. And that's how I liked it, because I didn't like cross-contamination. And I'm the easiest person to work with as a team member on site. I really am. But when it's my own unit, I
can see Kelly, and I can't see her. She's just like,
it's because he blocked me out so you can't see my face as I'm making one.
For my, again, it's development. It's me understanding analytically and just scientifically and really putting it together. It's hard enough being in this field that is so open to try to make some sense and ground it. I mean, that's freaking hard. So I needed the right people around me. They don't need to be like me, and I can't say all of us are the exact same. None of us. We're all completely different. Every last one. I think that's what makes us excel.
Exactly.
We're tailored, and having Kelly join us, 2 years, we'll say. She was with us and going on events.
Year and a half, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, officially a year.
Yeah.
Because I'm, psychic.
Stubborn. Oh, yeah. Was that the word we were supposed to use?
Yeah. We answered the question. Was that serious question too?
What was the question?
I don't remember.
I think you answered it. I don't remember the exact question. I think it's something to do with the team, but you answered it.
You like team.
Yay.
Exactly. Josh, welcome. Oh, I hear baby crying.
Yeah, I heard her too. He probably is.
Spirit.
Probably is.
And, sometimes ghosts and spirits, they have the context of the word, actually two completely different, definitions. Sometimes, I not often, but sometimes I put on my glasses, actually. But a lot of times I'm just like chillax and whatever when doing, casual so-and-so. When people aren't really used to using spirits, they comfortable with ghosts. I roll with ghosts. But I had one person corrected me one time and give me an eye twitch.
Well, and I have people kind of look at me funny because a lot of times when I'm talking about being out on location, I'm talking about the spirits that
Most
are there.
Most of the time I use spirits, yeah.
But they're like ghosts, and I'm like, well, yes, but spirits, and
not an empty shell, but whatever. Who's splitting hairs?
Again, when I first got into this,
there's a difference, though.
Oh, there is.
There's a huge difference
on rails. There's no interaction, just that thing that's vibrating around while spirits can interact with you. Poltergeists can touch you. That's what turns them into poltergeists, actually. Noisy ghosts. German. Boom. Stop.
Now you have to tell everybody what you said.
I said I speak a little bit of German. That is all, my lady.
You got chivalrous. What's the word? Chivalrous? What's the word? Chivalry?
Chivalry?
What's the other word?
I'm knightly.
Yeah, you knew what I meant. I didn't say it right, but there is a huge difference. But like I said, I was really uptight for a long time. Well, long time. I've been in the field almost 4 years now, so I'm still new. But at first, I was really uptight on ghost hunter, investigator, spirit, ghosts. And now I
had to stick up my butt for a while there too in the 2000s.
Yeah, see, I'm a little bit newer than that.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I don't think experience is good, don't get me wrong. But honestly, if you look at it, we haven't evolved the field in how long the Ghost Club's been around. In the UK, those wonderful individuals, great work, I'm sure. But 150 years, guys, come on. Let's
make some
move
progress.
I get that they have their systems. Not saying I agree with the systems, but what I'm ultimately saying is 4 years you're in, if you have the right direction, you can surpass anyone that's been here for 30 or 40 years. What I like is the groups that add their experience together. I'm like, what? They're like, come investigate with this team 40 years.
23, but we've been in the field for 80 years now.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It's just kind of like, how do you have
5 years? How many members do you have?
Right.
600 members. Whoa. Well played.
Yeah. No, you can't say you have more years experience than you are old. That just does not work that way.
No, it doesn't. But, then again.
This
is why it puts people
They don't
off
ruin my
because of the
world.
stuff
I'm
they
still
say.
not that. I will gladly come in and be like, oh, you're 40 years? Cool, I'm 19.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because the years doesn't really matter,
It doesn't. It's technique. Vision, focus, I think, it's direction. There's a lot of aspects that are more important.
And there could be people who've been in the field for 40, 50 years who haven't made as much progress or not even made as much progress, but put in as much dedication as someone who's only been in the field for a few years.
Or read a ghost book back in the mid-90s and then sat on it for 15 years. Came out for a hot second.
That's experience, right?
Yeah. I think people...
I read a book.
I read a book once.
You know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try that running around with my shirt off yelling demon. I hear that works really
actually will get you attention. So
it does, Well,
I'm sure it will get you the attention of somebody. Yeah. You will get attention. They'll probably have a badge and flashing lights, but yeah.
You get a policeman.
They'll have that
handcuffs,
white coat
honey.
on.
Anytime handcuffs get involved.
Look at that. Things got spicy, everyone.
Wait, what?
Who's
Handcuffs?
Oh, we strayed off course. Sorry. See,
Kelly,
you and I
have been good.
Still don't get our second serious question.
What was that, Shay?
You and I have been good tonight.
I know. I'm
48
behaving.
minutes in, and we have stayed on topic.
I'm behaving, sort of.
I'm trying.
Thank you, ladies, for behaving, by the way.
We have to. I mean, you're so prim and proper all the time. We have to behave.
I know
we saved this special shows for when it's just Kelly, Jen, and I.
Wow.
I blame Jen.
I do too.
Because look at us behaving without her. It's got to be Jen. Or that crazy Luna. It might be her too,
Luna speed. Sounds like an adjective of some sort.
Oh my God. You guys, I love you guys.
I love you too.
If somebody can make me look like I'm behaving, I love them even more.
What the hell are they talking about? They all have fake canes and fake hips. Oh,
what do you mean?
Okay, I think they're talking. I don't know. I'm
Canes
looking at the
and
comment right there. There's a comment on our
like the Peanut
Facebook
Man,
Live that I'm obviously not keeping up with that chat because all of a sudden there's just this comment that they all have canes and fake hips.
That's the group equipment. That's actually we have to have canes.
It's part of the screening process. If you have your own hips, you cannot be on the team. Sorry.
It's half robot.
Again, sounds like my dating history.
Oh, there you go. Ha.
I'm just kidding. Okay, sorry, I'm just kidding.
Does it make them? Never mind.
Mind you, Matt and I lived together for over 9 years, and he's sitting next to me, so I'm going to behave.
Wow.
Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, Ghost Crier fans. Thank you for listening.
Hello.
They are excited.
Does that mean you heard the echo when I said it and nobody said anything? Hello.
Scary.
Yeah. Oh, I have one person. I have my sister, Nicole, who's my partner on Cis Paranormal, saying, keep your shirt on, thanks. And I have Jen saying, take it off. So it's like mixed.
Sister and friend comments, right?
You got to listen to your friends. Sisters never want what's best for you.
They're always trying to keep you down.
Go, Jen.
Yeah. She's probably like, I'm thinking of your next guest.
We were actually in our expo talk last weekend, and I don't remember how we got on the conversation, but they're like, we all took our shirts off, and we were running around the investigation, and all of a sudden, it dawned on me what they'd said. I'm like, wait, we did not all take our shirts off.
It was the Melbourne.
So
Spoiler.
No, some of us behaved and held the camera and just filmed those who took their shirts off.
If you guys
and
probably,
let me draw on them.
You guys probably saw at this
I think, Kelly,
trailer.
if you were the one behind the camera, you were probably the lucky one.
She was the director.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't want to do this,
I'd be
Kelly.
like, guys,
Oh, you lie.
She's like, take it off and put the lotion on it.
They're stripping and handing me a Sharpie. I had nothing to do with it.
You know, we got a Ouija board like a boss.
After I stopped crying from the horror of it, you know.
We should do tours. If someone's like, go to Team GZ tours. Tours. I don't even know.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Dangerous.
It's
It
like
would be
Chip and
great.
Dale's,
Must
but
be,
with Ghost Crier.
Huh?
It's like Chip and Dale's, but Ghost Crier instead.
Like Rescue Rangers?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah. I didn't mean like the dance. I meant the cartoon.
Or like Cowboy Hat. Ouija boards.
You do like your hats.
I do.
Yeah. No, and Patreon.com, I mean, you can always put in the request for more shirtless scenes. I'll do what I can to encourage that, but...
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. The big spenders, they get the skin. Skin to win.
But that's a different website, guys.
It's ectoplasm everywhere. Oh, my God.
What they're not telling you is those shows are out there, too. They're just not promoted under Ghost Crier, so...
Ghost porn.
You need a password for those ones.
Oh, don't you? And to verify your age.
It's like 50-cent subscription, though, so...
Yeah.
But we got 1 million subs! Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Very
crazy.
intimidating.
Crazy.
I don't even know what. Yeah. Because I just like ghost hunting, so...
Yeah,
Clothes on, clothes off. He just likes it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In their defense, it was really hot in there. So, you know, I did envy them a little bit.
I think anybody that's listening to this show on Spreaker and anybody that's listening on you guys' Facebook knows that way too well that anything we say can only be taken with a grain of salt because we are freaking hilarious.
It's true.
This is
true. We're serious, but yeah,
that's a you thing, not a me thing.
What?
If anyone gets offended, it's a you thing, not a me thing.
Yeah, I'm still learning that, but I'm working on it. But, you know.
You offend a lot. And I realize if you want to do something in the field, you can't make everyone happy. So when I started going through that mentality and that transition, we've gotten a lot better, I feel. I'm a lot more confident. It's like, whatever.
Well, and I think you have to. I mean, being in the field that we're in, you just kind of have to be able to let the things roll off your back and not get all fired up when people are making comments because you're always going to get the comments, the people who are going to push back, and you just got to laugh and roll with it. So,
yeah.
Well, and that's what people are looking for. They're looking for your reaction most of the time.
I had one guy come to the booth the other day. It was really fascinating because he walked by and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" Because I like to chat. So he stopped in almost just like stiff military stance. I'm like, "Oh, all right, and whatever." So I started, saying kind of what we do, and then he kind of interrupted me. He goes, "Get to the point. What's going on? What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, rude for one thing, Kyle. And then I just replied and said, "Yeah, some of the stuff's really complex on this end. We kind of slow down and basically we're talking about this, and this." And he's like, "So you're saying that you're explaining something in an unmeasurable realm in a sense?" And then I look at him and I realize his like cheeks were getting red. He was just, it's like a wall. Everything was bouncing off what I was saying. So I looked at him and I took a kind of a breath and I go, "So you get the challenge?" And then he just like, his face just became unread and he just laughed. His body just kind of went as a normal human being. I'm like, "Man, there you are, buddy. I knew you were in there somewhere. Look, I'm not your enemy. I could care." If ghosts were not there, I would have figured that out already, but sorry. They're here. Boom.
I think everybody considers me a skeptic.
Well, we are.
Obviously,
you have
no
to be.
segue intended here, but Jen and I have a new show coming out starting Sunday called The Skeptic and the Psychic.
Yeah. And I don't know that I ever thought that you were a skeptic, because when she was telling me that was the show and that was going to be the name of it, I'm like, well, who's the skeptic? I'm like, you and Shay are on there, but who's the skeptic? She's like, well, Shay is. I'm like, oh.
I
well,
consider
okay.
myself a skeptical true believer because I believe full-heartedly in the paranormal. I do not believe so much in people. I do not believe so much in equipment, certain equipment. And it was a fun name, but compared to some investigators out there,
Mm-hmm.
I am called skeptic. I'm also called an asshole, but the asshole part's true. But
We've been called
Nick's
assholes,
never been
yeah.
called one by a spirit before.
No, never.
Yeah. Oh,
We've been called some pretty fun names by spirits.
Have you guys?
before.
I know Aaron hasn't, but I don't know if Kelly has. But we were at an asylum not too long ago, and it was saying everything from fuck and bitch and the C word and douchebag and everything.
Yeah.
And I have a very bad back, and I was bent over because I was stretching, and I got stuck, and it was like, and it said slut, and she said, my sister Nicole said, did you just call her a slut? And it was like, no, sexy. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
So-
we've gotten douchebag and asshole, and
I heard that, yeah.
I get called a bitch.
I get
more
called a
times than I
bitch every
should.
day.
More
in my
times than
life.
I deserve. That's for sure.
I got,
and that's just by him.
I got a response. True. I got a response that it seemed like the spirits were trying to scare me. They actually said, let's get him. Let's jump out. And then the spirit voice came over and said, "Aaron's no pussy." So boom, come at me, brah. I got you, boo. True story.
Well-
Actually got documented. I got proof. I can show you.
It's your holy gospel. That's your witness right there.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I hold. I'm like, see, so I go.
Can I get a hallelujah?
See, I'm not a pussy, guys.
See, and I think when I start getting the most uncomfortable with all of that is when they're doing something that's kind of irritating whoever, and they can't hear what's being said,
But
but
you
I
can.
can, and it's just like,
Do you
So we
speak up?
ask to leave the room. It's big boy time.
whatever. Big boys are going to get their asses kicked one of these days.
Well, then we'll get on video, girl.
Ooh, I'd pay.
Stick.com.
Actually,
Matt
they're
would pay.
fine.
I wouldn't pay. I'm like,
so I don't
kidding.
jump in, but it's less than comfortable sometimes when they're talking and they're asking questions that are kind of irritating a spirit, and I'm hearing, asshole, better shut up, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to sit here and stay quiet. So
Oh, man.
I don't like bullies
I've
either.
never worked with a
They're
medium,
bitter.
so I don't know. Like during an investigation, I've never worked with a medium.
I have throughout my time, not consistently or often. It's just a realm that it was hard for me to quantify until fairly recently.
Yeah.
And then a comfortability with building up with Kelly is nice because it does match the facts. Not only does it match the equipment of which I've earned respect and trust with and why we use it, how it uses, what's its natural use, but it matches the dialect of the area, the historical, the folklore. It matches things that it should. And Kelly, love her to death, but she doesn't do heavy research before going to a place. So she goes in with her fillers, and she gets these results that should not be in her mind.
wait a
She's a really good creative.
no, I mean,
Do you go in blind? I misunderstood what he said. Do you go in blind, or you do research beforehand?
no, he's saying that I don't. I will
That's
purposely
okay, yep.
avoid finding out anything about the location before we go. And like a lot of times when we get to a location, they'll want to do a historical walkthrough, or they'll want to say, this is what the building used to be, or these are the experiences that people have
Not
had.
me. I
And,
try to stay away from that.
and
too.
I just disappear because I don't want to know. I don't
Right.
want to have any of that knowledge going into it. So
I used to have to get that knowledge, and I would take the team in cold because it was just a different time in the 2000s when I did a lot of residential homes. I had to do the heavy research of backing it because I was a solo artist with pulling in experts of like electrician or plumber, whatever the case may be, whatever I needed at the time, psychic. But of course, you had to have a book back in the day to be on my team.
oh.
No, actually, she happened to have a book. I just had to work with psychics too much. I was like, oh, cool, she has a book.
So a lot of times now what we'll do when we get to a site is Nick will go in, or Nick and Jared will go in, and they'll do the walkthrough. So they've got that they've got the background information and they've got it recorded. So once we go in and we're working, with what I'm picking up through my abilities or what Aaron's picking up through the devices, or even Nick will pick up through the SB7 box. I mean, obviously he's got some of that knowledge, but
taking your vacation, Tan. Sorry.
Sorry, distracted. But that way we can kind of tie things all together. But yeah, we've tried to both of us go in blind, but Nick goes in so we can then connect the dots, or Nick and Jared goes in.
Yeah, somebody has to have some information. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a psychic. I'm not a medium. I'm not even smart, to be honest. But I don't go in blind.
Nice.
I'm the more. I want to know what I'm looking for. I want to know what to ask. But again, I'm not a medium. But if I understand why mediums go in blind, and I think if it works, that's great.
Yeah. Well, and I guess I could see from both sides of it, because I've heard people say, well, I don't want to go in blind because I don't want to be like blindsided. I want to know what I'm walking into. But I've never had a problem going into any place. I've never encountered anything that I can't protect myself from. I mean, I've had some pretty intense experiences at different places, but then, like with this group, part of what's nice too is, I know that if I am in a location where something that might be more intense, they're watching me. They've got my back, and they're if it ever got too much, I don't have a doubt in my mind that he'd get me out of there. So that's the trust of a team. That's that trust that you build up.
It seems like and sounds like that you guys have that trust. Just from watching the videos as time went on, it seemed stronger and stronger too.
Yeah. Well, and I think that was part of it. Is we had to get to learn each other. When I first, it was just a happy coincidence that we met each other.
Coincidence. Wow.
Wow. She used it.
I know. I've been throwing it out there just to watch him flinch, because it used to be me that always cringed when the word came out.
It's white noise to me now. I just hear spirit voices when she says it.
But the first couple investigations that I went on, well, even when I started going with him, I still kept this side of me turned off, because I didn't know if that's what they wanted. They were pure scientific, but I was going someplace with this, and I just totally squirreled.
Well, I think it was good to kind of come in. She was respecting our style, which was humbling, because that's not common. When people reach out to, hey, I'm a psychic, I join your team. First thing is, a lot of psychics go, do you want to get a lot of spirits? Have me go with you. I'm like, what? Really? Do you even know who we are?
Yeah, because you guys have a problem with that.
Yeah, I know. Well, not even as a cocky way, but it's like, do they do any research at all on who they're talking to, or they just blanket copy and paste a bunch of people? Clearly you're not going to get a team that way, psychic. So it was humbling that she respected kind of the transition. She really jumped in there and did what she can, and she was surprised when we asked her to kind of, I'm interested in your voodoo.
Super science guy is like, hey, Kelly, do your thing. And I'm like, what? What? Really?
At the end of the day, a scientist has to be the most open person, I think. I can't disregard anything. And I know that there's energy out there, there's relevance to it. So it was hard for me to quantify that until recently. So just that development process. And after I was able to quantify it and to actually really make a sense scientifically with me and my brain, I'm on board, and she's an essential part of now my development, of course, the team. So yeah, that's how we're going to grow, guys. That's how the field's going to manifest.
But through that growth is where that trust got built, and where we learn that how we can work together and how we can make sure that we have each other's back. And
interesting.
It's definitely if they're walking into a room that's a little more tense, I can say, hey, be careful with this, or don't ask this question, or just kind of offer a little bit of guidance. But and other times it just kind of cracks me up. We were out on one investigation at a location that I've been to a million times, and there's that too. But there's a 15-year-old spirit that's at the inn, and he does not like to be called a boy. He is a man. And Nick didn't know this because I hadn't shared that information with them.
Which is probably great.
And I don't even remember what the question was.
No,
but Nick,
he said, I heard there was a child in this that passed away in this room.
a Confederate child or something like that. A Confederate child
Quickly was
soldier or
correct,
something like that. And
audibly.
I'm cringing because I know the reaction that they're going to get, whether they hear it or not. I'm cringing going, oh, this is not going to go well.
I cringe a little bit too. Hopefully it displays on the camera pretty well because I look at you because I was aware of what you pinpointed.
Because I told you about Marky before we went down.
Didn't expect it. Expected something to happen.
I don't think you're plugged in. We're losing battery.
We're losing. Oh, excuse me.
We're just all of a sudden going to cut off here. So, but so yeah, we Nick made the comment about, I heard there's a 15-year-old child soldier that died here, and clear as day through the box you hear, man.
No, it said I'm not a boy or I'm not a child, I'm a man.
Something like that, yeah.
He did what he said, and then it corrected him.
It was awesome. It was awesome. But, those are the type of things that it's just being able to kind of communicate with the spirits and being able to kind of help guide some of those conversations and stuff. So,
I kind of take a moment here. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me know. So the neatest thing with that communication session, and that's going to be on Breaking Frequencies too, is that one truly broke frequencies. That voice that came through was a 15-year-old young male turning of age voice. I have never
and it was his voice. Yeah,
I have never heard that voice out of the thousands of that was fairly new, but hundreds of hours in it. I've not heard that sound consistent. It's fantastic. And
the interesting part for me is I do know his voice. I know what he sounds like, and he's got this kind of unique tone to his voice. And
you guys are all going to see that. Lucky ducks are here. See it.
Breaking Frequencies.
Breaking Frequencies.
That's not the
I will be watching.
Yeah.
But it will be one of the future ones.
Yeah. If I can drop my normal 9 to 5, it'll be out by Christmas. Patreon.com, guys. We'll make things happen. We'll move the field. Well, speaking of Patreon.com/Ghost Crier, I do want to thank, we had a couple people that pledged to us in the chat room. I just want to say thank you guys, for pledging, because seriously, this is a lot of work, a lot of things moving forward, and it's kind of goofy, and we're in it for the science. We're in it for development, and it's neat to see that you guys are passionate and allowing us to do it. So,
and we have some pretty amazing people that support us, and we've met so many cool people doing this. So it's been fun.
That's the best part of this, is meeting the people. It's the best and worst part. Meeting some people are awesome and some are dickwads. Or what is Kelly? What's your word? Twat waffle?
Twat waffle or douche canoe? Yeah.
Yeah. But for the most part, they're awesome people.
I got her and Jen totally. Yeah, I derailed the show. Sorry.
Wow.
Don't let me in chat.
But I love you in chat.
I keep it exciting.
But yeah, most people are awesome in this field. But again, you remember the bad seeds more. But
we try not to. I mean, we've, in the grand scheme of thing, knock on wood, we've been really lucky that we've just met some amazing people, and we kind of not put a lot of focus or energy on
Nick's mother-in-law. Just asked where Nick is. Oh. Well, Nick actually shrunk, so he is in front of the screen, but you can't see him. It's a new thing that we're trying. Very unique.
We got that little Willy Wonka machine.
Yeah. I told him not to eat the
Honey, I Shrunk Nick.
Yeah. That'd be a fun video.
That would have to be a really strong shrink ray with as big as he is.
Honey, I Shrunk Nick. He's just like a small adult.
Now he's like 5 foot.
It's like, how's it being normal height?
Welcome to my world.
Well, I can fit in things easier.
Right? I don't walk around like this all the time.
Yeah. Lucky duck. Sounds like a nice...
It is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't watch my head nearly as much as you guys have to. I'm good.
I think I hit my head more than Nick. Because Nick's so more aware than me. I'm at that awkward stage.
That's because he walks around like this all the time.
I'm just like, what? Oh my gosh, I see ghosts.
Now you do. Now you see ghosts and spots and
double. It's the whole works. I must have superpowers.
Yeah.
And the X-Men, Jim.
Superpower of finding low-hanging objects.
Oh gosh. Forehead magnet. Come at me, bro. It's like
that's
Magneto, but not as cool at all.
Okay, sorry. We strayed.
Sorry. Is that the second serious question?
That was totally a serious answer. It should have been.
Ginormous.
Did I ask a question? I don't even remember.
No, I don't. You know, it's funny since we're harassing Nick. Hopefully, Nick's still in the room.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he popped in at one point. I totally. Sorry, Nick. By the way, I send people like awesome images of you and call them Nick pics. So when it's people's birthdays, I send people Nick pics because that seems appropriate.
Is Nick the one that was again? I just binged all the Vidi.space things.
He's the other tall one, yeah.
Yeah, but is he the one that was he was obsessed with like Joan the ice pick
Yes.
That would be
you know
Nick.
what I'm talking about? He's like every name in the book. He was like, no, it's Adam the ice. He was killed by an ice pick. I can't even remember, but
to us, it's
Nick's crazy.
Anyone the ice picker.
Yeah.
It's Nick's. Nick was doing charades one time, right? And he just like raising his hand, and of course I never got it. And then he walked over to me, and he goes, "Picnic." It was picnic.
Oh,
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
That is good.
Yeah. I'm the one with the dad jokes, and I'm like, gosh,
You failed.
I failed miserably.
Tell me this was before Dad Days, though, or I'm highly disappointed in you.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, because you have heightened abilities now that it's official. So
I have
heightened dad jokes.
Oh, yes. I was like, heightened abilities, I can fly.
We've talked about this already. We've addressed this.
Sorry.
Oh my God, Jen.
It's like,
oh.
I had a big gulp. Uh-oh, guys.
Who lets Jen in the chat?
No, it's happening.
Speaking of my chat, I'm going to give some shout outs here before I laugh too hard.
Did you hear it? It came out a little bit.
I did. It's nice.
I love that accent.
I see what you're saying. Good for you, Jen. Jen.
I've lived in New Hampshire for 20 years, so I've lost a lot of the Mass accent, but I still have some. We have Miss Jen B. We have some bitch named Shay. We have Matt's daughter, my stepdaughter Mallory. We have Miss Kim, who also will be a guest coming up in sometime in November. No date yet, but she will be. Kim Purvis. Kelly McCarville.
Hey.
I know her.
She's a fake.
I love her. We have Wolf in the chat. We have Miss Luna. We have Nicole.
Okay, this is where you mascot.
I'm trying to scroll as quick as I can, guys. I don't scroll very quick. I think I said Jen B. You shut up, Matthew.
All right, we'll give some shout outs while you're going here.
Yeah,
so
go
we've
ahead.
got Amy and Ree and Tasha, and I know
John was there at some point.
Rosa's been in there, and Pat.
Zach
Man, I can't scroll on your damn Apple machine.
Oh my gosh. It's the
Apple
future.
sucks.
Oh man.
Jamie and Christy.
Julie.
I didn't even see Christy jumped in there.
Yeah, good day.
It's got to be like super early morning.
Right.
I'm sure there's more that we're missing. Miss Ree. I love Miss Ree.
Oh, there, Miss Ree. She said I look took
South Carolina.
They growing big out there.
I'm sure.
I just wanted to say that because there's nothing, no context. I'm a loose cannon. This is what you get.
I'm sure we missed some people, but yeah.
I miss you guys. I miss all you guys whenever we turn this thing off.
They want me to say November.
Because of that, right there.
November.
But November.
The first time I said it the right way. The second time I dramatized it. November. There you go. November.
Stop focusing. It's way more fun when you don't focus on it.
Once you ask me to say something, it's why I say Shay Carroll, because I can't say Sherry Ann.
Yes, you can, and it's so much fun. Sherry Ann.
Sherry Ann Carroll. My last name's Carroll, but I can't say Sherry Ann Carroll. Nope. It's close.
Oh.
Close enough. I'm getting better because of Benji and Jen. But I'm
Did I say Pat was in chat? That would be horrible of me to forget Pat.
I don't think she's in anymore. She's gone to bed. It's been too long.
Or we bored her. She's so used to us. She's tired of listening to us talk.
She's like, are they still talking about spirits?
Miss
Spirits
Pat,
and booze?
Spirit and boobs or booze?
Booze. This is a children's
I'm like,
show.
where did I miss that
Kelly.
conversation?
Kelly,
Excuse
boobs
me.
are never boring. Never.
Thank
Boobs
you.
are never boring.
What? They're never boring.
Ever boring.
Never. Never, ever.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You could have a whole
I
show
didn't say,
about that.
jeez, Jen. She likes when I say Farrar.
Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, Farrar. Farrar.
Edinburgh, I think, was one of your fun ones, too.
I do have tired-looking face.
Edinburgh.
Because you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Sleep, dude.
I sleep when I'm dead. What?
One of these days, he's going to go to sleep, and he's going to sleep for like a week straight.
I'll wake up, it's like a long beard.
Do you know what my greatest wish in life is?
Yes, I do, but
To
you
sleep
tell
for
us.
12 hours a day?
Well, besides the 12 hours a day, I
okay, go
wish
ahead.
that God would somehow change how the world turned on the axis. See, I can't even talk. And there would all of a sudden just be like 28 hours in a day, so I could sleep for 4 hours and still have 24 hours a day.
World will conform
You
now.
silly little girl, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
If they give us 28 hours,
Yeah.
we'll just work 4 more hours.
Yeah, it'll just be brutal. It'll go against us. Because they're like, they need to eat more. They need
They need to work more. They
more
must
time at the amusement parks.
do more.
Oh, bar, more. Well, hey, that's not too bad. All right, we'll do it.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, sold.
That was like Jinx. You owe me a soda.
We getting jinx. We got to still talk. Rule number 12.
Oh,
Wait,
Strict
yeah,
rules.
podcast. You guys can't jinx. You have to talk.
Yeah.
it's going to be the most awkward show ever. Aaron and I sit here in
Just-
complete silence, just staring at you.
And I just give a
I don't know.
Coke.
My first show was pretty bad. It might not be the most awkward.
Who's your first show?
Thanks. Are.
I know. So cool.
No, Kelly. No, I meant my very
Stephanie's
first
in
show,
the
not
house.
this one.
Pat's like, wait, I'm here.
Wait.
Sure you are, Pat.
We did lose it. She nodded off.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
It's the old age.
Yeah. Wait, no, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Strapped her computer on her face, woke her up.
You're not
Yeah.
old. Oh my gosh, Pat, ground her. That's it. It's
I'm going to take that as you calling me super young, so thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome.
What are you guys in your early 30s?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm 29.
Oh, sorry for
I meant
insulting.
like combined. I have no idea. I know I'm up in my 40s.
It's
so.
age after a while. It's like, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm turning 27 tomorrow.
It's interesting since you already had a birthday this year.
I didn't know
Born
if I
last
bought
year,
that.
so it's going really fast.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really sad actually.
like a really screwed up leap year or something.
Suck.
It's leap year, meaning you're a few months off. It's not just a day this year. Leap year is like a few months.
New president. Oh, what? Sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
What?
don't get
Huh?
started on
I'm
that.
sorry.
Kidding.
My-
Ghost. I'm not even
Get
flip.
cut off.
It is going to be Miss Amy's birthday very soon. Not quite when we see her,
What?
but we'll see her tomorrow. So we have to make sure
October?
to,
Amy, you're in October, baby?
we have to sing to her when we see
Oh,
her.
Amy, girl, you wise. You're welcome, Pat.
Going to be serenaded. Don't suck up to my mother.
What?
Oh, you're horrible.
Please.
Get that off
She
your
got the
nose
best
there.
cookies. Like pastries. Earmuffs, Pat.
You guys are killing me.
Anyway.
Okay,
Woo.
I think we've been on for over an hour, and I try to keep it to an hour because I appreciate you guys' time. I gotta take this earpiece out. Sorry. I appreciate you guys so much. Time kind of flew by, but it's already 9:20 here.
Well, that's because we had a blast.
Yeah, time flies, guys. Oh my! Didn't we have our second serious question? I can't remember. Still waiting for
I
that
don't
one.
know. I thought she
I
was
thought
like
I asked it. I don't know.
I remember.
You've
All our
disappointed
answers
us.
Are serious.
Doesn't there need to be one more serious question? You go right ahead.
And I'll be serious as a stone.
We got this.
Man, I'm lost for words.
Stare
Wait a
down
minute.
into
That don't
the
happen often. Serious question. I can't think of anything serious. I can think of a lot of horrible, funny, horrible things, but not serious, man. Let's see.
Do we give her an out and let her ask one of the funny ones?
Yeah, you can ask a funny one.
Fine.
No, because now I'm stubborn.
Oh, yeah, okay, challenge is there.
Yeah. Well, I asked you about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you about the team, and
help her out in the chat room, guys. I'm on the chat room.
I know.
Come on, we're a team
Jen
here.
has
guys.
a question. Jen, help, quick. She'll hear it in 30 seconds.
Jen has to ask a behaved question.
No, Jen, be you.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, here we go.
No.
You don't know what you're asking her to do. Don't do that. No.
Okay, that is a very serious question.
What is?
Once you ask me to be serious, it throws me off my game, and I can't freaking think. But the good question, Jen.
We're gonna film.
Where would you like to be within the field in the next 10 years?
Oh, that is a good, serious question.
It is.
Progressing the science, really doing this where I don't have a 9 to 5, and I'm literally digging into the data that we're collecting, and I'm producing results, and we're producing results, and just evolving the field and the mindset around psychic behaviors as well as ghostly behaviors. You know, we're there in a very small window right now. Like, we're there. It's all about that awareness at this point. Once I think people start understanding what we are about to present, and what we got 3 talks coming up in October, free library talks. You guys are local, check it. Also, spoiler alert, I am in conversation with Ted. If you guys are familiar with that, we'll see. Hopefully that trend that goes down well.
It's a speaker.
It's like
presentation.
Super Bowl of public speaking.
Right.
So,
there you go.
Yes, TED Talk, and it's basically going to talk about how afterlife is, people. We got a really good thing going, and we're just going to excel that. And gosh, 10 years from now is going to be freaking awesome.
10 years from now, I think what we're kind of aiming for is to be able to have more proof. Well, more freedom would be great too. Right. But more proof, more documentation, being able to, have that scientific proof that spirits exist, have that scientific proof that psychics function this particular way. And
what do you think it would take? How much data? Here's even better. Let me go a step further. If you put all your data together, what is the one place that points to the most paranormal activity that you can say, I hate the word evidence, but what is the closest you've come to proving a place is haunted with all the collective data?
And jump in there and say, I feel it's not the location. We're doing it wrong as a whole, as a group. It's all about the behaviors of the overall realm or layer that we need to communicate within. With all these people that have these ghost boxes, and even us included, that use audio as a device to do that, we're doing it wrong. We're doing it wrong. Audio complements the overall frequency of where we need to be in. I'm not talking audio frequency at this point. I'm talking radiation. That's where we play anyways. If we start thinking outside the box and dig more into that, you're going to find yourself in the quantum mechanic realm, and that's where every spirit resides. The wavelengths are so fast that it go through walls. It does all these ghostly behaviors that everyone freaks out about. And of course, it has unique characteristics of echo moments where it can zoom in and look physical for a hot moment and beyond. So yeah, that's kind of what I feel.
And also just kind of connecting the dots of, when he started talking about the quantum mechanics, it was like way above my head because it's all science and I don't science. I'm missing the glasses to be able to science. But, when he started describing it and talking about the different wavelengths and frequencies and vibrations, those are all words that I use. And all of a sudden the light bulb went off. Einstein.
Oh, yeah. Edison, not Einstein.
Einstein
does stuff. He's cool.
But, just kind of being able to tie those dots together of, hey, what you're talking about is exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm feeling when we're out on a location. And, so definitely, I think not just being able to prove scientifically that there's life after death, that your soul continues on, but that psychics aren't crazy.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
guys-
And
Well, I
think
am, but not because I'm psychic.
And I think we're
Right.
there, honestly, right now. It's just the awareness at this point and development of that process.
Do you guys think, even if it takes 100 years, do you guys think that we will ever be able to prove scientifically without a doubt that paranormal activity exists, that life after death exists?
Check out my talks that are coming up. I'm on to something. I really are. With the unit and the team,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 5 years. Let me clean up for 5 years. Focus on it. I'll knock it out of the park. Right now, I'm confident. Right? I've always been confident. I joined this field because I never had any experience. I was a skeptic. I was fine with nothing happening and moving on. Something happened. I had a moment. I was able to think rationally at that moment. I didn't come with any belief system. I didn't have anything driving kind of where I was going, where the field needed to go. I say I didn't care, but I cared so much that I was open for anything and everything, anything. And the science led me exactly where it needed to lead me. And some of the evidence that we're able to pull up and pull back to the science, it's tricky. It's tricky. But we've been able to uncover a few things that match some scientists. Thank you to, well, not necessarily Thomas Edison, but Albert Einstein for that one. So, yeah, we 5 years of focus. If we get jumping on picture and booms, if a TV show blasts off, whatever the case, if we can do this full time, we're there right now. It's just all about cleaning it up at this point. Right now, I feel if we present what we have, and even if we call it theory, mind you, the science all matches, but if we call it theory, everything, it's the best known rational grounded theory out there that people, skeptics who believe ghosts have to default to until they find something better, in my humble opinion. And I'm an overthinker, so mind you, it happens. Maybe an overthinker, I think, maybe with this field too.
But we need more overthinkers.
Yeah, agreed. I challenge myself.
Do you have,
Very
Aaron,
helpful.
do you have a education background in science, or is it a hobby?
No,
I
I'm
honestly don't know.
Out of my comfort zone. I really am. And at first, my goal was to inspire someone smarter than me to do this, but no one's stepping up to do kind of what needs to be done. So I'm challenging myself. I'm learning these things. I've met with a professor. He's the head of quantum mechanics, and he was on a couple featured literature pieces back in the 2000s and 90s. So the guy is top of his game. And
so it's not your background, so you've gone above and beyond your comfort zone.
Yeah, he had to. No one else
increase your knowledge to further the field.
But this is where his passion is. This is what he's absolutely, he's dedicated to learning and being able to help prove this and to get that proof that needs to be there. So he's taken the time to read the books and do the research and meet with the professors and really just it's not just the book learning, though. He will take that information that he's getting through all of his research, but he'll combine it with the things that he experiences himself, or he'll combine it with the things that I'm able to bring to the table too, and kind of start connecting all those dots together. So, it's not just a matter of you'd have anybody go out there and read the books and try to put this stuff together.
If you sit in a room and talk about it, you're not going to do anything.
But it takes an open mind, and it takes somebody who's going to look at the big picture of things, and that I think is where he's making progress in this field, is because he's not looking at it with such a narrow mind. He's got this big picture going, and he's able to take it all and put it together, and just it's fascinating.
And to answer Jen had a good question there, where she said that she believes it's more the spirits leading me and not necessarily the science so much. And I agree on both aspects, actually. There's a point where the science needs to complement itself through the spirit communication. The nice thing is, audibly, we're leading the field in that type of awareness. We can pull those voices out. We can ask those hard, tough questions. And that's honestly where we're digging at. We've gotten some fantastic results. But mind you, even to Jen, everyone listening, those answers that they're providing us matching the science that's written down. And that's what fascinates me. That's awesome. And that's real. So we're jumping in a pool.
I think it's very honorable. I don't mean to sound stupid or condescending, because I probably sound more stupid saying this than anything else, but if you had a background in science and you were all science, that's cool. But you go above and beyond your comfort zone and purposely learn that. And
if I learn all about quantum physics, it'll take too long and it'll be irrational. I don't need the full shebang. Same with parapsychology. And I hate to say it, a lot of people dedicate their lives to parapsychology to do this. It's wrong. There's other aspects. You have to have parapsychology. You have to have quantum. You have to have field research. You have to have a grounded facade. When I was researching a lot of books, I did about 2 years of study before I even hit the ground. Because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't have shows. And I knew from the books, it was just, it was in the books that said, if you had a mental illness, don't do this. It's not the right thing. And I've kept that up in my head. If I was ever going to snap, I was going to back out. And when I had my first experience, I had my phone in my hand and I was ready to call someone to get myself in a home because I couldn't explain what happened. And I started pulling the folklore, the science, and everything else. Luckily, it was a mass scenario, so me and 2 others witnessed it. They call that mass hallucination. I'm also the rarest form of said hallucination.
Totally jealous, by the way.
Wasn't mass hallucination. Wasn't a raging orgy or nothing like that.
That came afterwards.
Yeah, right. Oh, gosh. But yeah, it's fascinating. There's a lot of things here. Historical dialogue has to be there. How you speak to people have to be there. Presentation style is key. There's a lot of components that people neglect for the full shebang, the full package. And I'm passionate about it. Maybe I don't know the right way to do it, but I know my way, and I feel like I'm doing it.
But we've said that
you're also
before.
willing to learn, and you're willing to change.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's what more paranormal investigators need to do. You need to be willing to change.
Yeah, and I don't even think, Aaron, it's necessarily if you're completely wrong that you're willing to change. I mean, think about where you were before I started investigating with you guys. You guys had an entirely different approach and an entirely different way of thinking. Yeah, I mean, you were heading in the right direction, but this wasn't a realm that was in your vision at that time,
True. True.
And so he will open his mind and he will start looking at how can this fit in, how can this help, or not help in some cases. I mean, not that he's thinking I'm not helping, but anything that's brought into the equation, he'll weigh it out and see, is this something that can help or is this something that will get in the way? And if I stop asking the whys, I fail as a scientist. I fail as a researcher. You know what I mean? Like so I don't understand how psychic abilities work for the most part. Let's say that. So I always had a little bit of understanding. Ghost. However, the light just kind of got really dramatic. You can't see this, Shay, but it got really dramatic.
I heard.
We just set mood lighting in here.
Yeah. So guys, and just my eyes are
now we got to turn on the swanky music, and
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Now we start the after hour show.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Anywho, I get investigators that are like, no, I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that. No, well, okay, fine. Learn it. Stop for 2 seconds and think about it. Go if you don't like it. Grab it, use it. If it doesn't work, if you find out it doesn't work, if you prove it doesn't work, then yeah, it sucks. Move on. You figured it out. But just to talk about it without investigating, stop it. Stop it. You're doing the name no justice. That's why I don't even like investigator too much, because a lot of people do call themselves, investigator with missing key components. It's awkward. You have to get yourself out of your comfort zone often. And you have to challenge yourself. And it's a fun field, and a lot of people think we're goofballs. We're not taking it serious enough. That's a facade, peeps, in the back of our heads. That we're nonstop tick 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 and figuring things out. It's too important to us, It is. It always is, and I will insult the living left and right. I will to get this thing right because it's too important. I understand where it is. I understand what where it needs to go, and someone cries on something I say. They call that the ghost crier. What? That's my rant.
Sorry, that was my dog.
Really?
My dog answered you.
We're working on more lighting here, so just don't mind us as we continue to bring it down in here.
Did you guys blow a fuse?
No, he was fixing the light, and I think he hit the button on it. It'll come back on in a second.
I take pleasure in. I love talking to like-minded people. I really do. But I actually also enjoy talking to people with totally opposite views. Not always.
Give me a seizure.
Most of the time. I try to learn something from everybody, and I'm going to keep talking until you guys get your lighting done.
Lighting's done. Finish it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I like hearing, because, I like hearing from people that think differently than me. And again, I'm not even 4 years into this, so I'm relatively new. So that's why I love podcasting, because I learn and I soak in and I absorb all this information. But I sometimes enjoy talking to people that have different views more than the same views.
If it's intelligent, I mean, I'm open for conversation.
Exactly. Yeah.
If they're not, and it's different with like the psychic conversation, because that one is harder to quantify. And I understand that. I understand that's using an ability in a very personal type of scenario, and I get that. So that's different. But if you're coming up as a science guy, like me, and a lot of groups call themselves science, but then they don't use science, or they use Wikipedia way too much.
But I think I am science. I think what I do is still science.
Oh, no doubt.
It's so far off the realm of what anybody's ever.
It's incredibly advanced.
Tried to figure out, but we'll get there. Ghost first, psychic proof. Not. I don't know.
We're kind of there. We'll talk a little bit about it on our talks. But yeah, I mean,
what are
I'm
these
bought in on
talks
kind
you
of
keep talking about, Aaron?
Huh?
What's that?
He keeps saying, well, you'll hear it on our talks. What are these talks?
We got 3 library talks in October. We'll be at Marion, Iowa, doing a spiel at a library on the 10th.
10th, I believe.
On the 10th. And then on the 16th or 14th, sometheenth, we'll be
somewhere
in that Island.
Somewhere in that week.
Look at our schedule, guys. Don't rely on this. And then we'll be sponsored actually in Cedar Rapids on the 24th
of October. So that's going to be a really cool one. Cedar Rapids Library is just
beautiful,
phenomenal. It is very pretty. But that's going to be our big one, definitely. And
about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I think we have the majority of them. So yeah. It's hard for me to fit it in 45 minutes.
Right.
But I think I'll be able to knock it out.
But if you guys get a chance, I mean, if you're anywhere in the area to be able to hear these talks, or maybe we'll try to air some of it too. But, like I was saying, when he started talking to me about the whole quantum mechanics, quantum realm things, it was way over my head. And listening to that talk and having him explain it to me just really did bring it home for me that, hey, this is
something resolute. What's the word?
Yeah, this is totally making sense to me. Now I know what you're talking about, and I can put it into terms of something that makes sense to me. And then also, tell him, hey, and I don't know. I mean, there's no proof of backing up what he's experiencing, but just kind of be able to say, these vibrations that you're talking about, that's what I'm experiencing too. When I walk into a room, I'm feeling a higher vibration. I'm feeling a different wavelength. I'm hearing things that are on a different wavelength of some form, because you're not hearing them, but I am. So,
and it makes sense. It makes sense with even the grounded science. I told her and kind of quantified it in my head. We all radiate. We all radiate energy. We radiate waves. Everything does, trees included. Everything radiates that energy, that essence, right? So, and we can go down a rabbit hole there with that, but just, for the sake of the show here, ultimately, her radiation is going a little bit further than the rest of ours, as she's tailored and practiced and continuing to practice and own and focus on her talent, her passion. And that's connecting and I've always known everything looked like a matrix around us that we can't see. So that's connecting into the matrix, we'll say, ultimately the quantum vacuum, but the matrix, it's fun. And she's communicating. She's able to focus on that and to use that, and it maybe reacts differently. Not to say she might be able to focus, kind of turn the thing. I don't know how difficult but
it's still kind of fun to blow their mind on occasion, though, and just share things with them that then happens, or that's proven through the spirit box, and just kind of watch them, their jaws drop, and them look at me like, you are some little freak of nature. So, it's a good time.
I have so many questions about the psychic side of things, which will be for another time. I mean, Kelly knows I respect her and I believe in her. That's not what I mean. I have so many questions, we can't even go there.
They're respectful questions. I get it and appreciate them.
Yeah, it's just I have too many for this show.
Right. Darn, we'll have to talk again, Shay. That's horrible.
Man.
Horrible.
No.
Next time on Shay's Paranormal Talk.
Yeah.
Did you see it coming?
Daily.
All right. Let's wrap this up. I've kept you guys. It's now 9:40.
Oh, you asked that serious question. Oh, yeah, so that.
I know. I love you guys. No, I mean, I could talk to you guys for. I hope you guys come back. Any of you.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Whenever you want us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whenever you want us.
I already, like, Kelly.
This is the highest rating episode we've done so far.
That's right.
That?
We are topping the charts on your response.
There's not a show that's hit more views than this show.
Sorry, I'm typing. You're going to see me moving here. I should have just let you in.
Jen corrected Aaron.
Jen corrected.
Shay's Paranormal Chat. Get it right.
What did I say?
That's what Jen said.
Talk? I
think you said talk, but I say Shay's Paranormal Rant. So anything. I take any of the combos.
Chat with Shay.
Yeah, my first show, I'm like, welcome to Shay's Paranormal Rant. And I'm like, haha, kidding. Although you might think it sometimes.
Oh, my God.
No, it's all good. We have a good time. We have a good time.
Yeah, seriously, you guys are welcome to come back. And I'm hoping Kelly will be on the other show.
Yeah.
As often as, she would like to be.
She's busy.
Again.
Well, I am busy. So if I tell you no, it's only because my boss is a slave driver. And
the pay's good, though.
Really?
Well, I mean, check it out.
I'm waiting for that first paycheck. It's on its way. It's on its way, I'm sure.
It's retroactive, Kelly.
Let's just keep going. Let's keep doing some stuff and we'll get there.
Okay.
I guess in that concept.
My kids need to eat.
Yeah. Ramen. We got a sponsorship of ramen. We could probably do that. I could probably pull that off. I don't know.
Maybe. We could maybe do that.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
I have a soft spot for Aaron's, I guess, because my son's name's Aaron, and every time I say Aaron, you notice I can say Aaron, right? That's my son's name.
Was he named after Elvis, Aaron Presley?
No.
No, but every seasoned citizen approaches me and says,
yeah, no.
You named after Elvis?
You look like Elvis. This is probably why.
Call home. Hey. I'm not going to say Big Mama. That's just weird.
Can you sing a little tune before we sign off?
He hasn't sang yet, so.
Elvis song.
Oh, stage fright. Did you see that?
No, I don't know what Elvis song. I'll just sing in the form of Elvis. Anything. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Jesus.
Isn't that like In Sync or something?
It's out of sync. That's what it is.
Britney Spears, I believe.
She did.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was close. I knew it was a teenage thing. But
they were connected. They were.
Never mind.
They were.
Bad Kelly.
They were.
I am trying to behave here.
JT and BS.
Jen said, wait a minute. Jen said, Shay's not that old, but Matt is, though. I love you, Jen.
Matt has experience. That's,
Experience is good.
Yeah.
Hey, he lived with me long enough, and he lived through it. And
la la la! We don't want to hear this, Shay.
Oh my god!
That's a different show. Remember?
I didn't
Ghosts
mean
real.
like that for once.
Ghosts. We're talking about ghosts. Focus.
I was just speaking of his age. He's patient.
Mm-hmm.
He's patient.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Cool.
Oh, we stray.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, we didn't stray too far for us.
We've been very well behaved, Shay. We deserve a drink.
Dude, I'm telling you. Well, I have been drinking. It's a half a beer so far, but
I didn't get to drink.
No, you can't. You're on the clock.
The last two shows I've done, we were playing.
I want a new
games,
boss.
So I was taking it easy. They're like, yeah, let's do this show. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's a drinking game. Oh, okay.
GC Intuition Iced Tea. I love it.
I like that.
I'm trying. All right, you two, hold on the line for one quick second here.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Ghost Crier. Hold on one second.
Ghostcrier.com, patreon.com.
Yes, and October, October 19th, check out their new
On
show.
Vidi.space.
On
Yep,
Vidi.space.
Vidi.space. Our show will be on the Haunted.space channel
Yeah.
called Breaking Frequencies. You can sign up now, though, and start watching all the one-shots like Shay's been doing and get all ramped up and ready
run.
to go for the big ones. I'm the best ghost hunter. I jump at the smallest little things.
It's terrifying when you watch us. You never know what's going to happen. It's just going to remain on.
Boom. It's all good. It's all good.
I know, I'm just gonna...
I look better in the dark. It's all good.
I get in trouble when I say that.
Like,
What's that?
I always get in trouble when I say that.
Nobody was here to yell at me. It's all good.
I always say I look better in the dark, or I have a face for radio. I'm like, you know. Why do you think I do radio? You know?
Yeah, that's why we put him up front.
I got that face. Boom, 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 for radio.
He doesn't sing, but he beatboxes. Is that what
I sing. Did you hear him?
Oh, he sings.
Oh my gosh.
Watch our investigations. The boy sings. Like, yeah. We can't go anywhere without him. Oh, well, do you put
If I can turn back time.
And Cher is his go-to. It is his go-to. Do you leave your singing in the edit? So I guess
I do.
You should.
Maybe I could opening music.
Ghost Crier.
Is it on YouTube? Because I've been checking you guys' YouTube out for the past couple months, but it's slow.
Nah, they're little segments. I don't do much singing. Spirits.
I do a lot, but it just takes me a while to catch up on everybody's thing because I do so much.
I think we should make a Christmas album, though. Ghost Crier Christmas album. We just said we're that dashing through the snow. And a one horse open sleigh. I think we're on to something.
I'm sorry. I was giving you my typical look of what is wrong with you.
We call that a resting. Resting kelpies.
Yeah. This is why I cry, people.
Oh, I would need depends on investigations with you guys. Not even kidding. I would be
and not because she's scared shitless, by the way.
No, because I'd be laughing so hard. Yeah.
You don't poo.
This is why people give us a hard time, though, because we like to have fun, but it's not like we're not still taking things seriously. We answer questions when we're asked occasionally.
Yeah, we can serious it up if you guys really want.
Yeah, I get the same shit from people all the time. Like, you said that on an investigation.
No way.
Gosh.
You can't have a serious.
As long as you don't whisper, say whatever you want.
Yeah. Just announce it, you know. You burp, say, hey, that was me, you know.
I always say, demon. Run.
Usually,
luckily we have a short team.
It's usually a demon named Nick that's burping. But
I was going to say, I saw in that hallway, he burped like 6 times.
Even if we do hear a burp, we're just going to default it to Nick. We're not going to take it as evidence.
As long as you say it was somebody, it doesn't matter who.
Doesn't matter who.
We'll blame Nick for everything. We love you, Nick.
What smells like a demon in here?
Something smells like rotting meat.
Yeah, oh gosh. I had eggs earlier. That's it. Okay, I think, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
All right. So hold on 1 second, guys.
Got it. Thanks, everyone.
For a second. Next week, guys, we have the one, the only Mr. Chris Case. So make sure you're back here next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.